Welcome to Doing Business in Rwanda. In this episode, we take a deep dive into the social issue of inclusion within the context of inclusive job creation and entrepreneurship in Rwanda's agri-food sector. My name is Murungi Sarah. Do stay tuned.
So one of the things that we find when we look at economic development in a large sense is that people who are disabled often are excluded from society, they're often excluded from the economy, and as a result, they become a cost or a drag on society because they become part of the social safety net, or even worse, they fall through the cracks entirely and are unfortunately living in poverty. What we're trying to do as the Hanga Akazi Project is to promote businesses, private sector companies, to recognize the vibrant participation of people with disabilities in their businesses. This is not an opportunity for charity. Charity is important and it has a place in society, but this is a way for people with disabilities to get meaningful, remunerative jobs so that they are not being a drag on the social safety net and on the economy of their towns and villages, but rather are contributing because they have decent jobs, they're getting decent incomes, and many of them are starting businesses and being entrepreneurs. And that's a way to really promote not just economic development for those people who are the most able in society, but really for many more marginalized communities, people who have been left behind by economic development, and really bringing those people to the forefront and championing their ability to contribute to society in meaningful ways.
Inclusive business to me means responsible business. Any business that doesn't include people with any kind of disabilities, whatever, I don't call it a responsible business.
With that context, we now have a sense of understanding on what the gap of inclusion in Rwanda's economy looks like. Perhaps you want to take the step to make your business more inclusive, but what does that look like in practice? What do the day-to-day operations of an inclusive business look like?
In total, I have over 70 plus employees, and currently I have 5 of them. And especially they have hearing and talking impairments, whom are called deaf. They are 5. But today, I'm expecting 16 more who are going to be trained here. They're going to be given internships, and then we expect to retain 70% of them. And then the other chunk, we're going to try by all means to look for jobs in other coffee shops or in other businesses that can retain them. So it's a small number, but it's a growing number, and this is something that's going to be growing like year by year. By experience, when I started this, I didn't have an idea how it's going to work, how it's going to look like. But it's fortunate enough that after 9 months, I've started reaping results, where as of now, my gross sales have increased to 15%. Reason why, the team that I have here, the people with disabilities, they are so productive, they are so attentive to details, they have customers like them, and also other customers with sorts of disability, they have managed to find this place as their home. They love it, they really feel attached, they relate themselves, so which has an economic impact to my business. So any business that employs or that hires people with disability is not a favor. Those people, they are capable, they are productive, they are energetic, and just because they can't talk or they are physically enabled, it doesn't mean that they can't deliver. So I would love to have people to have that mindset change. So I'm a testimony of that, and anyone who wants to learn from me how it works, they're welcome to see how it works.
From the word go, as a company, we wanted to work with the deaf. We came, met a lady who was deaf and wanted to make an impact on her as a deaf person, as a mother. She's a mother of 5. So we didn't want to just give the fish. We wanted to teach her how to fish, and not just her, everyone around her who is also the same. So that was our biggest vision, and it's still our vision as a company, is to make an impact on the deaf in Rwanda. We have shown it, we've done it, we tested it, it works, and we are growing as a company. So you just need to do it. Go ahead and do it. We believe disability is not inability. You're disabled, you're not disabled, you have a different ability. These employees are very loyal. They love what they do, they're very detail-oriented. They have a lot of energy. They bring a lot of comradeship into the organization. They're very cheerful. They're very exuberant. So they make the workplace a very happy place to work. And so they make everyone want to give even more than they give on an everyday basis.
So clearly, inclusion of people with disabilities into businesses actually works. It's a functional and profitable business model, not a charity case. It is a proven business case.
We heard Stafford Coffee just today talking about how since they started hiring deaf people, they've increased their revenues by 15%. That to me is a very hard fact about inclusivity driving revenue growth and driving profitability. Having a more dedicated, more loyal workforce is one of those things that reduces your staff turnover. It reduces the training costs that you have to lay out in order to get new employees up to speed. And framing these hiring practices around disability, around marginalized groups, doesn't need to be tokenism. It doesn't need to be hiring one person so that you get a good picture on the newspaper or on the internet. It's a way to really organize your business around whether it's disability or around hiring more women or hiring more young people, that is a business strategy that leads to profitability and leads to revenue growth.
When you invest in youth, women, and people with disability, you are investing in sustainability and also better future.
Ubutumwa natanga nuko ni byiza cyane ko badutekerejeho gutekereza ko dushobora gukorana nabo bakaza tugakorana neza, noneho bigatuma abantu bafite ubumuga bava mu bwigunge abeshi, bigaba utakwitinya ukumva ko icyo mugenzi yashobora gukora nawe bitewe n'ubushobozi ugikora kandi ukagikora neza. Muri rusange nagira inama afite ubumuga ko bagomba ko bashoboye bafite ibitekerezo akazi baragakora, ko nta muntu wagombye kubaheza bitewe n'uko imiterere y'ubumuga bw'umuntu.
The salary I receive assists me in my daily life, enabling me to provide for both my family and myself. Deaf individuals encounter numerous challenges. However, when we secure employment, we are able to establish goals because we possess knowledge. People with impaired hearings and those with normal hearings enjoy equal rights.
The business, social, and economic impact to inclusion of people with disabilities is evident. So here is a challenge to you as a business owner, employer, or any stakeholder that can push to make this positive change in Rwanda's economy.
My challenge to the business community is to recognize that inclusivity is part of your bottom line. It's part of how businesses are successful. It's part of how businesses can generate new markets. It's part of how businesses can really build a loyal, productive, and excited employee base so that those businesses are more successful, more profitable, generating more revenue.
As a business person, if you don't hire, if you don't employ people with any kind of disability, that means you're also excluding the other clientele of people with disabilities. So, if you hire people with disabilities, automatically means you also attract other clients who are maybe physically disabled. So for a business, it's not a healthy idea to not do an inclusive business.
Sometimes people think that people with hearing impairment, in the society, they think that people with the hearing impairment cannot, it is hard to work with them. But trust me, everyone learns by work. If you call those people and you train them, I believe you will get more and more income that you have never got in your companies.
Many people are unaware that individuals living with disability are fully capable of working and can effectively utilize various social media platforms. They are enthusiastic and have the potential to make valuable contribution, although they may encounter unique challenges. If employers follow the example set by Stafford founder and actively include individuals with disabilities, it would lead to a better work environment. I am eager to work harder to demonstrate to everyone, including the media, that we can succeed. Additionally, increased effort to promote the learning of sign language.
Thank you for watching this episode of Doing Business in Rwanda. I'll see you in the next one.